Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the World 9-Ball Championship. Today in the final, it's the second seed Earl Strickland against EFREN Reyes of the Philippines. It's jam-packed inside the Riviera Hotel at the Convention Center to see the battle for the most prestigious title on the Pro Tour. Again, everybody, I'm Dave Woloshin. So nice to have you with us again as we once again make some history. This is the first time that a serious title match is televised on live television. We started the week with 92. We're down to just the final 2. We bring in our analyst, Buddy Hall. Buddy, we may be settling more than just the world title here. It could be a global dispute we solve.
That's right. Half of the people in the world feel like that Earl's the best player. The other half feel like EFREN's the best player. We'll find out today.
That we will. Now, Earl Strickland is known for power. He's so great on the break. Tell us about this guy's game.
Oh, he is a power player. He breaks the balls like King Kong. He's make the shot from anywhere. He's got a great cue ball. He knows the game inside and out. He's really a dominant player.
But there is a contrast here for sure, because EFREN Reyes may be the master of the touch.
The touch, indeed. He is the touch. EFREN is the master of the cue ball. He knows the cue ball inside and out. He can go from one end to the other. He's an excellent shot maker. He breaks the balls pretty good. I have to give Earl a little nod there. It's a great match.
It is power. It is finesse. Referee, as he was yesterday, Scott Smith, who does an excellent job. Scott from Colorado Springs. Closest to the back cushion. Gets to break. The break so important. And Reyes with the touch. And Reyes will need to control the break. Reyes with that kick on the follow-through. Unique to only his style. Nothing fell, and so actually the 3-ball went down, so Reyes will continue to play. He switches cues. There's a different cue for the break, and this one, Buddy, is a softer type of cue.
Right. The break cue is normally a little stiffer. It has a flatter tip. It's just designed to hit the ball with a center cue ball. Where you're.
There was not a great shot, so
a safety. Was a tremendous shot here. He just came off of the 1 ball, bringing the cue ball back over to the side rail behind the 5, knocking the 1 back up table. He's put Earl in a very touchy spot right here.
As you look at this table right now, lots of trouble.
This is called a wrinkle. He wrinkled his cue ball there. A wrinkle is just a slight curve. And he's handed it right back to EFREN. He's put the cue ball right on top. This is such a great shot here. Here he cues down on the cue ball. He wrinkles it. He hits it with a high right-hand cue ball coming down about 45 degrees, nipping this ball, knocking it to the end rail, hitting the side rail, and bringing the cue ball back over to the top of the 2. He hit it. He just barely moved it, but he did hit it.
The amazing thing about Strickland was it was a safety as well as that beautiful wrinkle with almost a jump cue. Now you've got the great shot off the cushion.
Okay, he's playing a 2-way shot here. Well, not a 2-way shot. He's playing dead safe.
Everybody defensive so far, playing strategic pool. And I imagine that there are some nerves. In fact, Earl Strickland was talking about that, saying the players are very conscious of the fact that this is live TV. He felt that was a big benefit to him yesterday against George Breedlove, who might have been very nervous because he'd never really played in front of much television, let alone live TV. And will you look at that?
Right. He played a little lucky there. He played a little lucky on that shot. He actually missed it going and hit the point of the lower end and came back and touched the ball, knocking it up by the side pocket. Okay, we have the 1 ball right here. Here's the 2. We want to try to play position on the 2 ball.
Very well done.
Okay. The 4 is the next ball on the table. Here we have the 2. Here's the 4 right up here with it. He has to maintain that end of the table.
And does keep the cue ball right there. Should point out that the pros thinking about 3 balls ahead. Now, they'll take a good look after the break to see where everything lies, but then it's usually in groups of 3s.
This is the only pocket that I see for the 4 ball. The 5 is right here. He has to play position on the 5. Oh, he missed it.
Now, how wide open is this table with the ball smack dab in the middle for EFREN Reyes?
Well, EFREN would probably slow spin this ball in. Here's the 4. This is the 5. He'll cut the 4 in this corner pocket, probably bringing the cue ball to here, to back out to this area right in here.
Brought it a little further back than you thought. Nonetheless, in good shape.
Okay, I don't see any problems here. He just come right across. Now all he wants to do is play straight in on the 6 to get to play straight in on the 7 to get to the 8.
It's been a couple of years since Reyes and Strickland played each other. In fact, the last time was 1990 in Osaka, Japan. And EFREN just did get by Strickland 11-10. They say they've played so many times all over the world they don't even know what the head-to-head is, but that Strickland might be slightly ahead, but it's probably too close to call.
Oh, this is really an evenly matched game. Really evenly matched.
EFREN Reyes has done something no one else has done in this tournament, and that's put Earl Strickland behind. We're back in just a moment. The 9-ball championships, the world title. They're watching in the Philippines. It's 7:30 in the morning, and that signs for you. He's a hero back home.
Yes, he is a national hero. He's been known as the greatest player in the Philippine Islands for a few years now, and most people feel like he's the greatest player in the world today.
He may be eating strawberries and cream in his honor right now. 1-0 on Earl Strickland. We'll see what Strickland can do from behind. And obviously, Earl, representing the United States, has the most vocal crowd on hand.
Nothing, fell. I would say that he'll probably play safe. This is the 1 ball right here. This is the 2. He doesn't have a shot to get from the 1 to the 2, so I think that he'll play safe here, dropping the cue ball over behind these balls. Like so. He's...
If you're looking for an edge, you have to go with EFREN Reyes. Now, granted, it's just 1-0, but you remember Strickland got up yesterday and ran a table and ran a table and ran a table. Reyes is forcing Strickland to play defensive with safety after the break.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me to see Earl bank this ball.
Earl from Roseboro, North Carolina.
Here's the 1 ball. Here's the 2. He may bank the 1 across this side so that he can send the cue ball directly into it. And he's elected to play safe.
But isn't that playing into Reyes' hands?
Right. That's playing the kind of game that EFREN wants to play. He wants it to be a moving game. Bunt here, bunt there, safety here, safety there. He doesn't want it to come down to a shooting battle with Earl. He wants it to be a maneuvering game.
Did get to the ball, but now does Earl have a shot?
He has a shot at the 1, but the 2 is laying in such a tough place. If he could make the 1 and land in a spot where he could knock the 2 out, the 2 ball right here is all of the problem in this rack. They're wrestling right now for the advantage to the 2. These are the best players in the world. They don't. Neither one of them want to make the 1 and have to deal with the 2.
this a thinking game right now.
That's why you don't want to wrestle with EFREN.
That'll be a tough shot just to get back to the one ball. What a difference between yesterday and today when Strickland ran off so many tables, as we mentioned, 9-1. He did it, what, in 35 minutes?
He sure did. He may have to jump his cue ball here and just try to hit the edge of the one. Okay, he's just going to try to hit the edge of the one ball. This is the... Oh, he tried to shake it up.
Foul. Mr. Reyes has ball in hand.
You look at the problems on the table now, and they may be significant because, Buddy, as we mentioned yesterday, ball in hand after a foul means almost certainly you're going to run the table. What are the odds?
The odds are really tremendous for these guys, the way they play. Usually when they have ball in hand, they just run right out. If they can place the cue ball exactly where they want it the first time, then the rest of the time is kind of secondary. He has a 2-3 combination here. If he makes this, that cleared everything.
The 3 is set up perfectly. He looks at the rest of the table. You see what's left. Now the 2 goes down.
He just knocked this in, go down table a little bit for the 5. There's no problems. You play the 5 straight in here, bring the cue ball back out to this area right here. He wants to be almost straight in on the 7 ball. No problem. He just wants to make sure he doesn't foul here.
Two more balls to go and a 2-0 lead for the Magician. And just about a straight-on shot, just about perfect. Many thought if there was a runaway, it would be Earl Strickland. But EFREN Reyes has some different ideas. Speaking of glamour, we've got the beautiful people here and the beautiful players that can really show you how the game is meant to be done. That was Lisa Strickland. Two fell, and you saw where the one ball ended up. That's why we had all the oohs and the ahs. So the one will be hard to get to, Buddy. Where else are the problems?
That's pretty much is the problem. The one he'll roll out here. He has the option to push out.
Mr. Strickland has the option.
And he put it right up against the corner. Does that come in the way?
Well, yes, if he happens to get a little too close to the corner, he could actually get hooked behind it. Earl played a great shot right there. He just stuck him right behind the ball.
Boy, what a masterful shot on the push shot. I thought he might give it back to Reyes, but he decided he would become the defensive-minded player. That's an aggressive defensive move.
Yes, it is. This is really the first offensive shot that Earl's really had that he could play, so he could try to come to the get position on the 2 ball.
Earl looking things over. There is that 30-second shot clock. He usually shoots in about 12 seconds anyway. He's one of the quicker players on tour. Earl earlier this year won the Glass City Open, was third at the Bay City Shootout, fourth in Reno, fifth at the Players Championship, seventh at the Florida Flare-Up. It's been a successful year. Oh, he stuck that and brought it back perfectly.
Yes,
didn't
he did. He's going to rise to the occasion. We've got a good match right here in the store for everybody. Earl can get to rolling. He can really get to steam rolling. He can do what he done yesterday to about anybody. He can beat you 9-1. I mean, he can beat about anybody 9-1 if things just happen to go his way for a few minutes.
Well, if he can just get control of the break. He hasn't been able to do that. Reyes has been able to play his kind of game. He brought it back perfectly, and this will make it just one down.
Do they like it?
You don't see too much emotion, though, out of EFREN Reyes.
No, he's the quiet man.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a 4-1 lead yesterday, and his countenance never changed. It was the same when he was down 8-7.
Yes, it was. Now we get to see the break of the mighty Earl.
And one did fall.
Okay, look at the extension that he has. He's really coming off. He's laying into it. He's got, in my opinion, he has the best break on the tour. Look at the way the balls explode there when he comes into them.
Two literally.
They leave
off
that
the ground,
spot.
yeah.
Look at here. 4-9 combination. Look at that cue ball. That's a good cue ball, too.
I'll call this a shortcut. It will be a shortcut to a tie. It took about 30 seconds. The 2-0 lead of Reyes gone. We're even in Vegas.
He hits this shot with a low left-hand cue ball, just pulling the cue ball straight down table. It's a nice, soft draw. His speed is perfect here. This is the completion of a magnificent shot here. In order for this shot to really be effective, you need to be straight in on the 4, and that's exactly where he landed, was dead straight on the 4.
And Earl likes it now. He's got a chance to do his thing, and that's dominate and play offensive. You know, we talk about plotting ahead, and you look at the whole table, and then you go 3 balls ahead. In that particular case, he saw what was available up ahead, took the one shot, and then brought it back.
Right.
What's he got here?
He has a problem right here with the 1. He has to figure out, he may bank the 1 across the side. This is the 2 ball. This is the ball he has to play position on right here. He missed the bank.
Advantage Reyes. And how does the table look for him now? Any trouble spots?
It looks like the first shot may be a trouble shot because he's close to the end rail. The cue ball is real close to the end rail. We have the 1 here. He can play it in the side. It'd be a very slim shot. He can play it down the corner, but the 2 ball is right here. He has to bring the cue ball back in this area right here. He may jack up, try to draw it the length of the table. That's what he's doing. He's trying to draw it. He's going to shoot it straight down the corner and try to draw his ball, I believe.
Not enough.
Earl is looking at the bank shot again. This time it's a lot softer bank. He's really in line for the bank this time. This is a soft bank. He'll probably make this one, bring the cue ball back up to the table. Bring the cue ball to this area right here for position on the 2.
Can't give Earl Strickland too many chances, that's for sure.
The only other problem we have in this rack is the 5 ball, which the 8 ball has it blocked from this corner. He'll have to find another hole to play the 5 in. Oh. He rolled about an inch too far. He was wanting to play the 4 all the way down in the corner and just bring the cue ball straight down table with him. He wants to play the 4 ball down here. Bring the cue ball to this area right here for the 5.
Talk about the touch of Reyes. Well, there's some touch from the Master Blaster himself.
Master Blaster. Earl the Pearl.
First four are gone.
Okay, he has to dodge the 8 here. He doesn't want to run into the 8 ball. Well done. Oh, now he may have created a problem. He's knocked the 8 against the rail, blocking the path of the 7. Right here we have the 8 and the 7. This is the 8 ball right here. It's blocking the path to the hole. He'll have to settle for a combination on the 8-7. From the 7 to the 8 combination. He wanted to get straight in so he could just stop his cue ball right there.
And the combinations are a little more risky and more difficult.
Oh, absolutely. You have to hit them more perfectly.
But he did. EFREN Reyes opened the door. Strickland took advantage, and now there's his first lead today. Lisa Strickland in the middle, happy now.
Happy her husband has come to the lead.
Strickland wins.
Folks in Roseboro are happy too. He said, make sure you say hi to Mom and Dad and all the friends at the country club so they don't razz me too much when I go home to play golf.
Mention everybody in Tampa and Tulsa.
He told me I might be able to mention everybody in about 30 seconds in that time. He loves it there, though.
They're not tight.
He's not happy with the rack. He feels like it's not tight enough.
So he can't ask Scotty Smith to re-rack him?
He just did. I believe he can. There's nothing in the rules that says he can't ask for a re-rack.
Yesterday, he complained about the speed of the table. Today, I asked him again. He said, no, it's much better now.
Okay, boy, he's hammering that break. That corner ball is flying in.
The idea here, is to spread the balls and get the cue ball as close to the middle as you can. The 3 did go down, so he controls the table again.
Right. The only problem that I can see is the 4 to the 5. This is the 4 ball. He has to land in a position to where he can go to the end rail and come back out for a position on the 5. So he has to have a perfect angle, which that is a perfect angle right there. He wants to shoot 4 in, hit the end rail, come straight up, try to play almost straight in on the 5. Just like that. He's overhit it just a little.
We saw yesterday he can withstand a little bit of a margin of error.
Oh, he can draw his ball if he has to. He can snatch it.
Saw the ball rattle in the pocket in the corner there.
That's a term we use kind of loosely in the pool world. If he's going to draw his ball, they say he's going to snatch his rock.
That he did. Begging for just a little more. I think he got enough.
He's bearing down, playing great. He just play this one right in, bring the cue ball across table for the 9. See, no problem.
This is vintage Earl Strickland. He's run off 4 in a row. Our World 9-Ball Championships. We're at the Riviera Hotel Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are seeing some vintage Earl Strickland. This is what it's all about. He was down 2-0, what, 2 minutes ago, it seems?
2 minutes ago, EFREN has played perfect, Earl has played perfect, and the score is 4-2 with a perfect Earl.
First you called him Pearl, now you call him perfect. Ooh, the 1 almost went.
He made a ball on a break.
Look at that. Oh, it hung up.
He made the corner ball again. He has a problem here with the 1. He may try to play safe here.
The 2 did fall.
He may bank the 1 to this area right here and play the cue ball this direction and use these 3 balls right here as blockers to play his safety. No, he banked the 1.
He got it.
He's in an offensive mode. He realized he doesn't want to duck with this man.
Yeah. I guess he wants to play his style, and he's pouring it on.
That's exactly right. He decided to quit playing safe and start trying to run out.
Oh, dangerous for sure. Remember, the scratch means a foul. That means ball in hand. The table's wide open. It doesn't go, and it looks like he's about to run 5 straight. You don't want to let this guy have the break.
Right.
If you're an opponent.
Right. You want to keep the table. He has an option of shots here. He can play the 7-ball up in the corner. He can play it in the side, whichever he prefers.
Buddy, there are some that say,
oh, he missed the 6.
Oh, my goodness.
He was probably undecided on the 6.
That is the first real mistake by anybody in the match.
Well, this is really uncharacteristic of Earl. He's actually shot the ball out a little bit, hit the outside point. He's trying to play the position on the 7-ball up in the corner. He was probably a little undecided when he hit the ball. Okay, EFREN is using those 3 balls as blockers. He may have left.
Crowd doesn't think so. From this angle, hard to tell.
He may be able to hit it. He may be able to hit it. Hard to tell. If he could hit it, Earl thins balls better than anyone I've ever seen at this range right here.
You say thin, what do you mean?
Thin, just barely nipped the ball like that.
Oh, he did. And now he gives Reyes a taste of his own medicine.
Yes, boy, he really hit it good. He left a gap, though. EFREN has a shot to go through. He can hit the 6. Whether he can do anything with it or not, I don't know.
Earl said, yeah, I left it about 6 inches too far.
He can hit it. Earl was asking if the ball was froze. If the ball is frozen, you have to hit another rail after you make contact with that ball. Oh, look at the 9. Look at the 9. Look at the 9. Oh.
Almost the most amazing combination we're going to see. Wow. And a mini standing O here for the effort.
Earl, he comes with this shot. Shoots off the rail among the best.
Knock it in. Knock it in.
Okay, he's made both balls. He's straight in on the 8. He'll just shoot the 8 in, go down to the end rail, and come back up for the 9. No problem.
Not only can he hit him, but he can talk to him.
He's a bad man.
5 in a row, buddy. And now you know how George Breedlove felt yesterday. If you're EFREN Reyes, he had a slight chance. He played safety, and Strickland overcame it.
Earl is talking to the crowd.
You don't need that.
There's Jim Reppy.
Game 7 after 7 games. The scores:
Johnny Archer.
5, Reyes 2.
Johnny Archer, the 2-time defending champion here.
Hired Vickery, Kim Davenport. That's a pretty good tournament sitting right there in the bleachers.
You're not kidding. That's a who's who.
Oh, he hit it off center. Oh!
That was almost the 9 in. So EFREN Reyes has some work to do. He was up 2-0. Now he's down 5-2.
He hit the 1 really bad that time. He didn't hit the 1 square. He hit it off center and almost lucked the 9 in, but as a result, he didn't make a ball on the break.
The 1 does just fall for EFREN Reyes. Now take a look at the table, buddy, and tell us what you see.
Well, here's the 2. You got to play position on the 3. Is pretty basic here. He'll just knock it in nice and soft. Come out like so. Everything's laying right out there. I don't see any problems at all. The only possible problem would be this 5 ball right here. He has to have a proper position on the 4 to get to the 5.
Really a critical table for EFREN Reyes.
He's at the point of no return. It's do or die now. He has to run out. He can get so far behind, it's almost impossible to catch Earl when you get too far behind.
And he's like a freight train. He'd give him a lead, and off he goes.
Yeah. Okay, he's come up a little short, but he does have a shot. This is a pretty tough shot. He has to hit the 5 awfully thin here. This is sending cue ball back and forth across.
This is what he's known for, though.
Yes, it is. He's overcut it. He left Earl a bank.
Earl jumped out of his chair. He wants to go.
Earl may have a shot here. He can bank this ball. He can't draw the cue ball because of this corner pocket. He's going to have to follow his ball. Oh, and follow it he did. Okay. Seems like no problems here. He just...
It looks like there's no stopping Earl Strickland now. That's 6 in a row. He was down 2-0. Reyes had a chance there. He couldn't do it. The freight train is out of control. Nothing senior about Earl Strickland, just good. He's run off 6 straight tables.
Oh, that corner ball's flying in. When he does hit the one on the nose, he is dangerous. Doesn't seem to have a shot at the one. He may bank the one back up table now. He may bank the one ball, one rail, back up table, sending the cue ball to this rail and back to this area right in here. I don't see much for him. He has to avoid the kiss. This is a dangerous shot.
He asked about the shot clock, I believe.
He took his time out here because he doesn't know what to do. This is a tough situation. He has to figure out a way to play safe because he has no shot.
And he doesn't want to foul, that's for sure.
Right. He could possibly kick behind the one ball and knock it over behind the 4, 5, 9. He could use that option. He has a couple of options.
This, by the way, the first timeout used by either player. You're allowed 3 per match.
Okay, he's elected to 2 rail it. That's awful dangerous there.
I got away with it.
He got lucky. It looks like he hooked him right here behind the 5.
He knew it, too.
EFREN may be able to hit the edge of it.
EFREN needs a break. Something to happen good.
He needs to run out. He's playing safe.
He hasn't had much opportunity.
No, he hasn't.
Earl's just been on the floor the last 20 minutes.
He's right against the 9. He has a one rail kick at the 4. He'll hit it right on the nose.
Oh, man, what a shot.
Kicked you right in. That would... Okay, he kicks one rail, hits the 9 right on line. I mean, the 1 right on line, knocking the 1 across the side and coming out in the middle of the table for a perfect shot on the 2.
That shot is unbelievable. Three balls down.
He has to get position on the 6 right here. And once if he gets on the 6, then he has no problem.
Table pretty clear, and just the 7, 8, and 9 are left. Now you're down to the 8, and he brings the cue ball back just about to perfection.
He knocks the 9 in here, he'll know that he is 2 games away from being the undisputed champion of the world.
And $20,000 richer. That's 7 in a row. And all EFREN Reyes can really do is sit and look.
Hit the top of it.
Big crowd in Las Vegas at the Riviera Hotel, and coming out and get a good chance to see these folks in person. They wow you, don't they?
They sure do. Oh, my, that hurt your ears. I may have a shot at the 9 here. There's a possibility. I don't think he would want to kick at it, but he might. He might kick at this. There's a chance that he'll kick at this shot.
The 2-ball went down, so he's got the shot.
He has the 1-9 right here.
You need to watch your head on this.
Here is the cue ball. He's going to split them. He's going to bank the 1 right back up table. He's banking the 1 back up table, playing safe. Perfect.
And not much of a shot left for EFREN Reyes. You know, EFREN has been in so many finals in the last few years. In fact, this year finished 2nd at the Bicycle Club, 3rd at the Florida Flare-Up, 4th in Reno. He has that mentality, somehow gets himself, wills his way into the finals, but it's been a couple of years, a slump you might say, in the finals. Is there an answer to it?
That just seems to be in the United States. The United States has always had what we call the best players in the world have all come from the United States. Well, the Filipinos are ranked in the best players in the world, too. There was a little bit of a mental drag with the United States tournaments.
And he made a physical mistake there. A ball was touched. A foul is called. Ball in hand. And his buddy likes to say it's about 99% with the cue in Earl Strickland's hand that he'll run out after ball in hand. That would make it 8-2.
If he gets position on the 4 ball, and he's on the 4. He wanted to get straight in on the 4. He got a little bit of an angle. He just play it in, play the cue ball back to this area right in here. Okay, he elected to go 3 rails. It's perfect.
Buddy, there are some who say because the break is so important and a player like Earl is so dominating with that factor of the game that maybe they should play loser break to keep things a little closer. What are your thoughts about that? I've heard the players throwing that back and forth, and there's opinions that vary.
I would prefer to play either loser breaks or trailer breaks. Winner breaks, I think, is really a... You play somebody like Earl, they can just win the game breaking the balls. They can. Their break is such a force.
Earl Strickland smells it now. He's 1 rack away from the title. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. The best in the world at 9-ball going at it on live television. It was a little while ago that EFREN Reyes led 2-0. Suddenly, he's down 8-2 because Earl Strickland has taken over. You feel for EFREN Reyes, a hero in the Philippines. They're watching there this morning, thinking maybe this would be the time he would break out of that slump. And it looked that way when he was up 2-0. But Earl Strickland started the roll. We saw it yesterday against George Breedlove when he won the semi 9-1. He's run 8 in a row and threatening to go 9 in a row for the win. The 1 went down.
He's looking for a shot.
Was pumped up.
Depends on where the 3 stops.
He's pumped up. The crowd's pumped up. What's the table look like?
He may play a combination on the 6 here. Okay, he made both balls. He may have corner hooked himself. It's close. He must be okay. He's looking at it.
Yeah.
Evidently, he has a shot.
He wears his emotions. If he had corner hooked himself, you'd see it. It's a tough shot, though. Great close-up. A robotic camera overhead, first time ever used, and well, we've had some neat shots here, haven't we?
Yes, we have. This is really a tough shot right here. You got to come all the way across. You got to really pace this shot. Nice shot.
He's had power, he's had touch, he's done it all.
He's overhit it just a little bit. He is. He is going to be our world champion.
He's won it 2 times.
His wife Lisa giving him a nice congratulations hug.
The 3rd time he's won the title. Earl Strickland, your winner in fine fashion, 9-2. He won 9 straight games. And boy, did he show us how it is done.